stop right there. Look at this aircraft. The sleek fuselage, the swept tail, the raked windshield. At first glance, every single thing about this plane screams jet, but those propellers, they are facing the wrong way. This is the Piaggio P.180 Avanti, and it is one of the most misunderstood, most debated, and most jaw-dropping aircraft ever built. Today, we are going to find out exactly why this Italian masterpiece looks like a jet, but flies like a turboprop. The story of the Avanti began in 1979, when engineers at Piaggio Aero set out with one bold vision: to build a turboprop that could match a jet without the jet's punishing costs. At the time, turboprops were slow, noisy, and considered second class. Jets were the dream. Piaggio wanted to change that. They tested designs in wind tunnels across Italy and the United States, and in 1983 partnered with Gates Learjet to develop the fuselage, which is exactly why this aircraft looks so much like a jet. The first prototype flew in 1986, and by 1990 it had full FAA certification. What rolled out of that Italian factory was unlike anything the aviation world had ever seen. Here is where things get really interesting, because the Avanti doesn't just look unusual, it is engineered in a way that challenges everything conventional about aircraft design. The Avanti features 3 flying surfaces: a canard foreplane at the nose, the main wing, and a T-tail at the rear. This arrangement allows the main wing to be positioned further aft on the fuselage, so it doesn't eat into the passenger cabin space. On a normal aircraft, the wing cuts right through the middle of the cabin. On the Avanti, it sits behind it, giving passengers a dramatically more spacious interior. But the most shocking feature is the propellers. They face backward. By placing the propellers behind the wing in a pusher configuration, the airflow over the main wing remains completely undisturbed, resulting in a significant reduction in drag. This is what allows the Avanti to achieve speeds comparable to light jets while burning a fraction of the fuel. And the noise? Because the engines are rear-mounted, the propellers and engine exhausts are positioned behind the passenger cabin, making the interior one of the quietest in its entire class. Most people boarding an Avanti for the first time expect a loud, vibrating turboprop experience. What they get instead feels much closer to a jet. The fuselage itself follows a single continuous curve, giving the aircraft an extraordinarily high degree of laminar flow and dramatically reducing drag. And while it looks like a composite aircraft, it is actually mostly metal, pre-formed in huge pieces and assembled with rivets from the inside rather than the outside, keeping the exterior surface perfectly smooth. This is not just unusual design for the sake of looking different. Every single unconventional choice on the Avanti is backed by serious aerodynamic reasoning. So what does all of this engineering actually deliver in the real world? The FAI, the world governing body for aviation records, officially lists the Piaggio Avanti as the fastest propeller-driven aircraft on the planet, with a recorded speed of 576 miles per hour. Let that sink in. Not the fastest turboprop in its class, the fastest propeller aircraft, period. Powered by 2 Pratt & Whitney PT6A-66B turboprop engines, the Avanti can reach a maximum cruise speed of 390 knots, making it faster than many light jets it competes against in the business aviation market. Despite that speed, the Avanti Evo operates at 40% lower running costs compared to jets with similar performance. That is the entire point of this aircraft: jet performance, turboprop economics. The cabin offers a stand-up height of 5 feet 10 inches and a width of 6 feet 1 inch, roomier than many light jets, and one of the most spacious interiors available in its category. For passengers who spend hours in the air, that difference is enormous. The aircraft can operate from runways as short as 3,022 feet and cruise at altitudes up to 41,000 feet, giving it access to smaller regional airports that jets cannot use, while still performing at altitudes normally reserved for jet travel. The story of the Avanti is not without turbulence. Despite Despite its revolutionary design, the aircraft was a slow seller in its early years. Production was actually halted in the mid-1990s before being restarted in 2000. Deliveries peaked at 30 aircraft in 2008, but after the financial crisis hit, a key U.S. fractional customer went bankrupt, and sales dropped dramatically to just 3 deliveries in 2018. That same year, Piaggio Aerospace entered receivership, but the aircraft survived. And in 2014, Piaggio launched the most significant upgrade in the Avanti's history. The Avanti Evo introduced new Hartzell composite scimitar-shaped propellers, winglets, aerodynamic improvements, and an additional fuel tank option extending range to 1,770 nautical miles, promising a 68% reduction in external noise. The Evo received EASA certification in November 2014 and FAA certification in July 2015, bringing one of aviation's most unusual aircraft fully into the modern era. The Piaggio P.180 Avanti is proof that in aviation, the strangest ideas are sometimes the most brilliant ones. It looks like a jet, it performs like a jet, but it runs on turboprop economics. And that combination has kept it alive through financial crises, production shutdowns, and decades of competition. There's simply nothing else in the sky that looks like it, sounds like it, or flies like it. And in a world of aircraft that all look the same, that alone makes it unforgettable. If you want to see more deep dives on the world's most fascinating turboprops, hit subscribe and let us know in the comments. Would you fly in a Piaggio Avanti?